Great day, everyone. Ooh, this hair big, y'all. Anyways, I just came to say, are you a mom? And are you a mom that is really proud of what it has taken for you to arrive at this stage of motherhood? You know, motherhood has its stages. And so for y'all who are in the trenches of let's say 0 to 6, I'm praying for y'all. One of my friends told me one time, because I was like, once they get about 8 to 10, you got a good system in place. You can kind of leave them a little more to their own devices. She was like, you mean I gotta wait 10 years? So funny to me. I'm like, but you gotta teach them, you gotta train them, you gotta help them know the difference between right and wrong. There's a lot we have to pour into our children from 0 to 10, right? Y'all tell me if y'all kind of loosen the reins sooner than that. I feel like mine were in the double digits, maybe 8 at the least. But I am definitely that mom my kids didn't go a lot of places without me. I am definitely that mom where my children did not spend the night over everybody's house. In fact, no one's house, except maybe one person. I think maybe Marcus had one person and Michaela got one person. And Michaela got the same. Well, she had one other person. That person is no longer in our lives. And so now here we are. We're not going to worry about everybody's house. Because I know y'all, but I don't really know y'all. So y'all can come over here. That's not what I came to talk about. But anyway, so as moms, you're in those trenches and then you get into that tween stage. I talk a lot about the tween stage, the 8 to 12, where they're really developing, they're really figuring out who they are a little bit. They're hopefully allowed to express themselves a little bit more. They're allowed to share their opinions and their thoughts on things with respect. They are learning about how to organize, how to participate in the household responsibilities. Hopefully, if your child is between the age of 8 and 12, they should have chores by now. Now, mine had chores young, but I'm different. But definitely between 8 and 12, your kids should have chores, right? So, what are your chores that your children are responsible for? And let me just say, cleaning up your room, it's a chore, but it's not a chore. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a chore in the sense that, yes, you should be doing it, but that's your due diligence. Like, this is your apartment. This is how you live. This is the real chores are the other things like that impact the entire family. Let me say it like that. Chores, I believe, are things that impact the whole household. And cleaning your room is a chore, but it's your chore. It's for you. It's not for me. It's for me just so I don't have to look at it, but it's not for me. Hopefully, you want to be clean as a young person, especially as a female. And that's a whole nother thing. So, anyways, as we're moving forward, then we're in the 13. I really break down the teen years because you got your 13 to maybe 15, maybe 13 to 16. And then I feel like that 16 is transitional, 13 to 16, and then 16 to 18, right? Really 16 to 19 because um, I'm about to have one who's stepping out of the teen years into the 20s. Who is this? Anyway, as a mom, navigating those different seasons of life, what has it been for you? What has it taught you? What have you learned? What are you doing as you navigate this as a mom? Not because you're a mom, you do these things, But as a human being who happens to be a mom, how are you navigating these various seasons of your life? Because you are a certain person when they're young, you're a certain person when they're tween, you're a certain person when they're teens. And although overall, hopefully you are this same person, but you grow as a woman, you grow as an employer, as an employee, you grow as an individual in those stages. And so you are not the same person when you're in the little trenches as you are when you're in the high school trenches. And so what are you doing, mom? I would love to hear about your assignment as a mom. Why don't you join me May 1st, and you get to choose the time that you want to speak with me. Let's talk about motherhood. Let's talk about the joys, and let's talk about what you overcame in this part of motherhood. Now, I don't want to leave out those who are mothers of adult children, because that's a whole nother level of prayer. It's a whole nother level of maturity. It's a whole nother level of growth as a human being, because now perhaps we are going from parents, parent and child, to more friends. Is anybody friends with their children? Because I love that for you. I love that. I love the idea of friendship with parents. Not that we don't still honor them, but friendship with parents. I love that. So check the comments, sign up to converse with me about the stages of motherhood and your assignment of motherhood. May 1st, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Hearts in Harmony. I'll see you soon.